Okay, so growing up, every kid has their favorite place to go, and for me, that was the zoo. And going to the zoo really sparked my passion for animals and makes me want to help them as much as I can. So today, I'm going to talk to you about three endangered species in Asia, which was my favorite part of the Columbus Zoo. So I'm going to talk to you about the tiger, the Asian elephant, and the giant panda. So the first species I'm going to talk to you about is the tiger, which I have a little statue here. So, tiger populations are rapidly decreasing. According to the World Wildlife Fund, in just over 10 years, the Sumatran tiger population, which is a subspecies, has decreased by over 70%, and they are known to only live in one forest in all of Asia now. 9 subspecies of the tigers exist, and 3 of them are already extinct. The biggest and most immediate threats to tigers are poaching and habitat loss. So tigers, even though poaching was banned in the 90s, are still hunted for their coats and bones, and their prey are also poached, which in turn gives them less resources and increases competition between the tigers for their resources. Habitat loss due to deforestation is another threat to the tiger population. This increases competition, again, with the tigers as their habitats are smaller and they're forced to expand to try to find more resources. It's very important to help this species, according to the Pegasus Foundation, which is a catalyst for other nonprofit organizations. They are one of the only striped animal species in the entire world. They help maintain diversity in their forests, their ecosystems, as they help maintain healthy forests, that also gives human resources as we get resources from the forests ourselves. The World Wildlife Fund is helping the tigers by educating the public and fighting poaching to the best of their abilities. And if you would like to help, there are a couple options. You can switch to forest-friendly products, which are produced from forests that are legally and healthy maintained. And you can also choose to adopt a tiger through the World Wildlife Fund, where you give a monthly donation and metaphorically adopt a tiger. So now that we've talked about tigers, we can move on to the second species, which is the Asian elephant. Asian elephants are also greatly at risk of becoming extinct. They are now critically endangered, which, according to the World Wildlife Fund, their status was changed to critically endangered because they lost over 70% of their population in just one generation. And there are only about 2,500 of them left in the whole world. They face similar threats as tigers, which are poaching and habitat loss. They are hunted for their ivory tusks and their skin, and they also face habitat loss due to deforestation, which again puts them in closer proximity to each other for competition for resources, and also causes them to be in closer proximity with humans as they're forced to feed on farmland for food, which makes humans angry and can often end up in elephants being killed. It is also important to save this species. There are already many local extinctions in many areas across Asia, and they promote a healthy forest ecosystem just like the tigers, but in a different way, as they feed on various vegetation, and as they travel, they deposit those seeds, which in turn promotes a healthy vegetative life and diverse vegetation across forests. The World Wildlife Fund is working to secure forests, and by declaring national parks so deforestation can't happen, and reduce poaching also for the elephants. So the final endangered species I would like to talk to you about, now that we've talked about tigers and Asian elephants, is the giant panda. Their biggest threat is also habitat loss by deforestation, and there are just over 1,800 left in the world. But I'm happy to say that that number is growing. They are proof that efforts to help endangered species aren't in vain, as their status was recently changed from endangered to vulnerable, which is the next level down. So the World Wildlife Fund is still working to protect their habitat and stop poaching and continue to help their population to grow. They also play a critical role in forest maintaining, as similar to elephants, as they also spread seeds after they eat and promote vegetative growth. So to summarize, we've discussed 3 endangered species in Asia: the tiger, the Asian elephant, and the giant panda. And in conclusion, I would like to end with a statement I saw on the World Wildlife Fund website, which is, "There is nothing as final as extinction." Thank you.